Welcome to another Empires and Puzzles Books video. Today we might be getting a bit controversial, but we're going to be talking about the illusion of the global top 10 or top 20 or top 100. What I'm talking about here is this illusion that players are incredibly strong and get to the top and they're unbeatable, so they just sit there on that throne, and that must say something about their ability to play the game. And I will agree, it does say something about their ability to play the game, but not the rating game. The game that they're winning at is the top 100, top 10, top 25 game. And it took me a little bit to uncover what the game is. And in this video, I'm going to show you what the game is with getting into the top 10 and sitting there, because it is, in my opinion, an illusion. Much like the image you're looking at here, where if you stare at it, you'll see movement, but the reality is that nothing is moving. And that's what happens with the global top 10, or some players that are constantly sitting in the global top 10. So I'm going to pull back the curtain. I'm going to show you how this is done, and I'm going to do it for you right here in front of your eyes. So let me just give you a little history on how this came about, as far as coming on my radar and realizing there's a game within the game that's being played. So for all the years I've been playing this game, over the last 2 years, I could care less about cups. I do global runs when I travel, because I like to try to get that top spot in each country, hit global #1 every now and then because it's kind of a cool bragging point. But the reality is, cups do not matter in this game for anything. Those trophies are completely worthless. As long as you have enough to get diamond level loot when you cash out your raid chest, that's all that matters. So I never understood people who were fascinated with keeping cups. I didn't really see any value in them. And for the last 2 years, for the most part, I've been a cup dropper. I would raid up all day, get into the global maybe top 100, put a crappy defense team in place, go to bed and wake up happily 600 cups down, and then raid right back up the next day, filling a bunch of raid chests, collecting tons of food and iron on the way, and repeat. And I never understood why anybody wanted to hold on to their cups. And then I switched alliances, and my current alliance is much more competitive. And although it's not been expressed to me, I'm under the impression they would not take too kindly to cup dropping. So I've maintained my cups more. And since I do play well and have a decent defense team, I tend to hold on to cups, so I tend to stay closer to the top. And when you do that, you realize you start seeing the same players over and over and over again. And then I saw a recruiting post for an alliance that boasted they have the best player in the game. And that just struck me. And my impression was that they made this claim that they have the best player in the game because one of their members sits at the top of the global list, usually in the top 5, if not top 1 or 2 spots, for days and weeks and months at a time. And that seems to be an impressive feat. To me, I was challenged just by the concept that that would represent the greatest player in a game. To me, the greatest player in Empires and Puzzles would be a player that can achieve high success in all aspects of the game, not just raiding or war, but the Ninja Tower, the monthly challenge events, the Mythic Titan. I mean, all the ways that we can compete. To me, the greatest player in the game is somebody who can compete in all of those. And that's always sort of been my goal, is to be as successful as I can be in the entirety of this game. I see the totality of Empires and Puzzles, not just the cup chart. But as I've been floating around the top of the charts more often, and I saw that post, it kind of provoked some thoughts in my mind, like, how is somebody actually doing that? How does somebody just sit at the top of the global top 10 for days, weeks, months at a time? And the reality is it's an illusion. And I'm going to pull back the curtain on that illusion a little bit, and I'm going to do it here right in front of your eyes. I just did this morning. I just rated up to global top 5. And I'm not going to bother pushing further than that, but I will show you exactly how this is done. I started with, I think it was about 2,700 cups, and it took me exactly 10 fights. Well, excuse me, 11 fights. I won 10, one I lost, and I repeated it. And I'll go through the exact steps of this as I go through this video. But this is the simple thing. If you look for people who have a large amount of cups that you can take from them, ideally more than 40, and you can win that fight. I'm sorry, we're having some crazy wind here, so I hope that's not being picked up on the mic. But if you can look for somebody who has more than 40 cups than you and win that fight, you're going to start going up the cup chart rather quickly. So most of my fights here were over 40 cups, and that's how I got from 2,700 to well over 3,000 cups in just 10 wins. The benefit of doing that is if they have over 40 cups, you're probably only risking 15 to 20 to attack them. So even if you lose, you can only go down a little bit, and then you can immediately re-attack, and you'll have the chance to get even more cups from them. So you do that a handful of times, and you get to the global top 10, and you can just sit there. Because at that point, as long as you stay online, which as most of you know, I XP farm all day, so my phone is just on farming, I can't be attacked. I can only be revenged by those people that I just attacked. So in this video, you'll see I only attacked 10 people. Although I make an error at the end of the video, I forgot exactly how many attacks I did, so I referenced 12 or 13. But I only attacked 10 people. There's only 10 people in the world that can possibly attack me now. 2 of them I know just got offline, so presumably they'll be offline for quite a while. They were in the global top 10 when they got offline, which means they're going to get attacked by a ton of other players. So by the time they get back online, I'm probably not even going to be in their tower. There's a good chance that they won't even have a chance to revenge me. So when there's only 10 people that can attack you, and most of them aren't going to have a chance to even take that swipe, you don't lose cups. So I'm just going to stay above 3,000 cups. And I'll just farm all day and I'll sit there. And if it was something that motivated me, or if I saw value in sitting at the top of the global 10 for days and weeks on end, I would just make sure my phone is on and that it's continually active, and nobody for days would be able to attack me. And as long as I'm not attacking them, I'm not risking losing cups. So a player could just sit there, which is fine if that's your thing. And no critique to those who do. I don't understand the value, and I definitely don't understand the challenge in that. Because once you solve this game within the game of sitting at the top of the global 100, what's the point? And that's where I'm struggling. For me, I still prefer to drop my cups down so I can raid back up and fill another chest and kind of keep it engaging in the game. But clearly, there are some people who just like to sit there, and maybe that's their claim to fame, is that they just sit in the global top 10 forever. And if you want to see evidence of what I'm saying as being true, don't just watch who's in the global top 10, but actually watch their cup count. And that's the thing that really cued me off as to what is going on, is that the cup count never changes. So they're never rated, nor are they rating. And that's the only way you have a static cup count. So if you watch mine today, it'll probably stay pretty static because this is the game that I just played. Now it's a chance. I've been doing this for the better part of 2 weeks now just to make sure my theory or my feeling on what's going on was accurate. So I've been both watching other players and my own scores. So now it is possible I'll get a couple of revenges in there. I have a strong defense team, so there's a good chance that they might lose a revenge, which actually pushes my cups up. And there's also the chance that they win. And then I can just go back and hit somebody else for a few more cups just to kind of keep that spot. But it does not require ongoing engagement. It doesn't require ongoing gameplay. Now that said, I don't want to devalue what it does take to get to the top. As you'll see in this video, I do it in 10 wins in 11 games. So obviously I was fortunate with boards and I have strong teams to get there. But once somebody has that built, if that's their goal is to just hang out at the top, they can just hang out at the top. At any rate, enough talking from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to show you right now exactly how to do what I'm talking about, and I will just sit up in the top global 10 all day with what I have just accomplished. So I hope this helps. I know there's going to be a lot of thoughts on this one, so I appreciate your comments and feedback. Let's debate the illusion of the top 10 global. Step 1 in getting to the global top 10 and just sitting there. Look for fights like this where you're going to get at least 40 cups. I look for 40 to 50 cups when I want to get to the top quickly. Alright, so that just added 41 cups, and now I will go look for another 40 cups. Alright, here we are with our next battle, going for another 40 cups. Okay, another 40 cups added. Once you get to about global 200, it gets harder to find 40 cups available, so 34 is plenty, so I will jump on this one and see if I can grab 34 cups here. Alright, so picked up another 34 cups. That one was a little dicey, almost lost. Let's go see if we can find another 30 plus cups. As you get closer to the top, you end up seeing the same players over and over again. Wilhelm here, I fight almost daily in the top. So surprisingly, there's 43 cups available here because he's global 19 and I'm only at 124. So I can pull this one off. That'll be a big jump towards the top 25. So that one was a loss, but only dropped me back 18 points, which means I can jump right back in. And now I have the chance of getting 46 cups. Benefits to doing that, which I'll talk to at the end. All right, so we're going to be able to clean up this win here. And that'll give me that, I think, 46 cups. Looks like we'll get the kill streak. So we've got another 46 cups. So I'm global 78 now. So let's see if we can find another 30 plus cups. Alright, so surprising that I'm still finding 40 cups out there, but I will take a shot here at 40 cups. And as I was saying about seeing the same names, Q here is another one that I see all the time at the top. Alright, decent board for a quick win here. Just gotta polish off the last ninja. And this will be a real healthy jump up to the top. Grab those 40 cups. Global 54, 2,900 cups. Okay, again, 41 cups, so I'll take it. It helps jump up much quicker, and I'm only risking losing 20. Alright, so another 41 cups. Global 37. Alright, 44 cups, fighting global 5. This will definitely be a huge jump up if I can pull off this win. So let's see if Darth Finney goes. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be a pretty quick one. This is a ridiculous board. Sorry, will just take care of herself. $44 cups, and that drops me up to global 23. Now the thing that's important here is as long as I stay online at this point, only these people can attack me. So since I started that run, I guess I started with Frank the Tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. I did 10 attacks. I am now at global 23, and I will stay there all day because I'll be farming all day, just like a lot of these other players that just sit at the top. And the only people who can attack me are those 10. And if they're successful, then I can just go in and try to attack somebody else just to grab a few more cups to go up. But as long as you're online all day, you never lose cups. And if those
players that I just attacked. It's pretty early in the day here, at least kind of East Coast time. If they wake up and they've been hit a bunch of times, I'm not even going to be in their tower, so they won't even have the chance to revenge me. So as the day goes on, it's actually easier to just stay there. And then by the end of the day, you know, you have 3,000 plus cups, you're in the top 10. And then at that point, it's just a matter of keeping your account online. So some of these folks that you see who sit at the top are actually not really raiding. They're just maintaining the cups they have, and there's nobody that can attack them. They're not attacking, so they're not risking losing, and you can just sit there. Why you want to do that, I don't know. I guess it's bragging rights, or it feels good to be at the top all the time, but they're not actively engaged in raiding, going up and down. And if you watch them, not only do they sit there for hours and hours and days, but their cup count doesn't change, which is evidence of the fact that they're not attacking or being attacked. So it's really just this game of waiting out the revenges until there are no more revenges, and then you just keep your 3,000 plus cups, and you can never lose them. And that's how you do it, folks. That's how you just get to the top 10, top 20, and just sit there. Doesn't sound like much fun to me, but it apparently is very fun for some. Hope this was helpful. Hope it helps explain how people get to the top 20, top 10 globally and just sit there for days and days and days at a time. So Global 21 get to face Global 15. So we'll see if we get a shot at taking this person out. So what I've noticed is once you get in the top 20 or so, if you just keep re-rolling until you get somebody above you, they're probably getting offline, and they'll be offline for a while, which means they're not going to get a chance to revenge you, which again just secures you sitting at the top for a longer period of time. So let me jump in, do this fight, see how this turns out. Alright, was able to pull off that win as well. And Global 17, so now if they're offline for any length of time, they're never going to get a chance to revenge me because everybody's going to be attacking them. So above 3,000 cups, and I will probably just sit there. Just did another reroll and came up with Global 4 for 39 cups, which is pretty huge. And this is another person, the Wolf. I see them in the top all the time. So let's see if we can pull off another win here. And this looks like it's going to be another win. Cups. I'm now Global 10. So top 10 globally. Again, presumably the Wolf just got offline, and they're going to be attacked by a lot of people. So I'm up to 12 people who could possibly revenge me now, and 2 of them just got offline. So I will probably be able to sit there all day. All right, so did the reroll again. I'm at Global 6. Again, if I can pick this one off, that's another 31 cups. And they're presumably going to be offline for a while. The thing that's nice here is even if I lose, I'm only losing 30 cups, so I get 2 shots at doing this. If it takes 2 shots, I'll only go up 1 cup, but still get some points and or some cups, and they're offline. Alright, this looks like this is going into the win column. So we'll see how far this jumps up. 31 cups. Global 5, 3089. Alright, so there I am, Global Top 5, 3,089 cups. And I think if I counted right, it's only 13 or 14 people who can possibly revenge me at this point. And that is exactly how these people are just staying at the top. Because I'll be farming all day now. I don't need to raid anymore. Filled my raid chests. And I will just sit there. And only those 12 people can possibly attack me with revenge. And presumably they're not going to be online for a while, which means they're not going to have a chance to even see me in their tower by the time they log back in. So I imagine I'm not going to move much up here. And if I happen to get hit by 1 or 2 people, it's probably still going to keep me in the global top 10. So not too worried, but that's how some of these regular names that you see at the top of the charts all the time just sit there for days and days because they don't leave. They can keep the game on, keep it running, and they can never be attacked. So it's an unsaleable position. Again, I understand now how they're doing it. I'm not understanding why they're doing it, other than they can point out that they're at the top all the time. But you're not really fighting. So what are you winning? Don't know. To each their own, but that's how it's done.